Hello everyone, my name is Moe Zulfiqar and welcome to Income Investors. Today, I'm going to be talking about overall economic conditions in the US. Why? Because what's knowing in the economy could help in figuring out where the next investing opportunity could be and reduce risk where needed. But before I go into any details, I want to let you know that anything you hear in this video is for information and educational purposes only. Investing comes with risk. No matter how safe an investment sounds, there are risks involved. To read more about it, please see the description below. Over the past few quarters, there's one theme that everyone seems to be talking about, and it's that a recession is coming and the US economy could be in worse shape than it is now. I firmly believe it is important to look at the economic data rather than pay attention to all the noise that's out there. There's always a lot of noise and it could hinder your ability to make investment decisions. If we ask right at the moment if the US economy is in recession, the clear answer is no. If you go to Basic Economics 101, recession is when the GDP or gross domestic product declines for 2 consecutive quarters. This hasn't happened yet. The US economy grew in the fourth quarter of 2022 and in the first quarter of 2023. If we look at the GDP now from the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta tool that tries to calculate the US GDP, given the current economic data, it is saying we'll likely see growth in the second quarter of 2023 as well. Unemployment rate in the US remains low as well. And if you look at consumer spending, indicators point that consumers are spending. They're going out, they're shopping, they're eating out, and so on and so forth. Looking at the housing market, as it is highly correlated with interest rate, it has cooled a bit, but prices haven't really cratered. Inflation is starting to cool as well. All in all, economic data says we're not in a recession and everything is okay at the moment. However, remember, when it comes to investing, you need to focus on what's ahead rather than what has already happened. To do that, it's important to look at leading indicators that could provide us with some idea on what's really ahead. With this in mind, the outlook for the US economy may not be as rosy. Recession isn't here yet, but it could be very well on its way. One big thing that I believe is worth watching is American consumers. It wouldn't be wrong saying that American consumers are a major economic force. If they stop spending, it could really derail the US economy. As it stands, American consumers are pessimistic, and this is seen through various consumer sentiment indicators such as University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment and Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index. Americans aren't too happy given what's happening with inflation. Their cost of living is increasing, their dollars are buying much less. Furthermore, higher interest rates are impacting their ability to own home, buy new cars, and so on and so forth. Now I have to ask, will pessimistic consumers go out and shop freely? If they stop buying, US growth could get hurt. On top of this, job cuts are starting to pick up speed as well, and that's not good. According to the Challenger report published on a monthly basis by global outplacement and business executive coaching firm Challenger, Gray and Christmas Inc., in May, US employer cut jobs by 80,089. This was 20% higher than in April and 287% higher than it was in 2022. So far in 2023, corporate America has announced plans to cut 417,000 jobs. This represents an increase of 315% year over year. So far in 2023, corporate America has announced plans to cut 417,500 jobs. This represents an increase of 315% compared to the same period a year ago. With such big job cuts planned, will the unemployment rate remain historically low? But don't just stop there. Look at credit. Lending is getting tighter. Credit is critical to the US economy. If companies can't borrow easily, they can have a hard time, running their operations. And so far, 236 companies in the US have filed for bankruptcy. This is the highest number since 2010. Beyond that, we've seen 3 regional bank failures. There's still a lot of questions if more banks could be on the line. Why? Because interest rates have increased so much and so quick, and smaller banks may have taken a lot of risk. Looking at the housing market, it is slowing down as well. Friends, I can go on and talk about a lot of other negative developments in the US economy, but understand that our goal here is not to scare you, but to tell you what's really happening in simple words. As I said earlier, We're not in a recession at the moment, but leading indicators are saying we're going in the wrong direction. What does it mean for investing? Economic ups and downs are very normal. When economic slowdown is approaching, it just calls for more caution than anything else. The stock market tends to move ahead of the economy, and if recession odds increase, the stock market could drop. Obviously, with time, we will know more. And for dividend investors, it's important they know what is happening because, like I said earlier, it could help you in the long run. That's it for now. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back soon. Goodbye for now.